Our earliest and most complete account of Atlantis comes from the ancient Greek philosopher Plato, writing around 360 BC. In two works, Timaeus and Critias, Plato claims the story was passed down to him through his ancestor Solon, a famous Athenian statesman. According to Solon, he heard it from Egyptian priests, who kept ancient records far older than any in Greece. Plato describes Atlantis as a massive island, beyond the Pillars of Hercules, today known as the Strait of Gibraltar. It was said to be larger than Libya and Asia combined, which in his time meant the entire known world outside of Europe. Atlantis was a paradise. Its central city was built in concentric circles of land and water, with bridges, tunnels, and canals connecting them. The outer rings held fertile farmland. The inner rings housed grand temples, royal palaces, and harbors filled with ships. Gold, silver, and orichalcum, a mysterious metal even more valuable than gold, decorated the buildings. The Atlanteans were masters of engineering, agriculture, and navigation. But over time, the Atlanteans became greedy. Their hunger for power drove them to conquer other lands, eventually threatening Athens. According to Plato, this moral decay angered the gods. As punishment, Atlantis was struck by violent earthquakes and floods, sinking into the sea, in a single day and night of misfortune. Many historians believe Atlantis was an allegory, a fictional tale designed to warn about the dangers of arrogance and corruption. Plato often used stories to illustrate moral lessons, and the fall of Atlantis fits perfectly into this pattern. But others believe he may have been describing a real event, perhaps an ancient civilization destroyed by natural disaster. One of the most popular theories links Atlantis to the Minoan civilization on the island of Crete and nearby Santorini, known in ancient times as Thera. Around 1600 BC, a volcanic eruption on Santorini destroyed much of the island and sent tsunamis across the Aegean Sea, devastating Minoan cities. The similarities, advanced architecture, powerful navy, sudden destruction, are hard to ignore. Some believe Atlantis was located in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. The Azores, a group of islands belonging to Portugal, have been suggested as remnants of the lost continent. Supporters claim these islands match Plato's location, beyond the Pillars of Hercules. Others push Atlantis westward, to the Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico, or even Central America. The Mayan and Aztec civilizations, with their impressive cities and pyramids, are sometimes linked to Atlantis as possible descendants of its survivors. A more recent theory suggests Atlantis might not be underwater at all. The Richat structure in Mauritania, also known as the Eye of the Sahara, is a massive, circular formation in the desert. Its concentric rings resemble Plato's description of the Atlantean capital, leading some to believe the sea once covered this area. The legend of Atlantis has inspired countless expeditions. In the late 19th century, the American politician and writer Ignatius Donnelly popularized the idea of a real Atlantis in his book Atlantis, the Antediluvian World, suggesting it was the source of all ancient civilizations. In the 20th century, explorers claimed to find underwater ruins near Bimini in the Bahamas, the so-called Bimini Road, a formation of large, flat stones. While scientists generally view them as natural formations, believers argue they are remnants of Atlantean architecture. More recently, satellite imagery and sonar mapping have revealed mysterious shapes on the ocean floor, from the Mediterranean to the Caribbean. In 2009, researchers using Google Earth spotted what appeared to be a grid pattern off the coast of the Canary Islands. While experts say it was just a digital artifact, the discovery reignited speculation. Even billionaires have joined the hunt. Technology like deep-sea drones and high-resolution mapping is now making it possible to scan areas of the ocean floor never explored before. Some scientists believe that if Atlantis did exist, it may be buried under layers of sediment, waiting to be discovered. In the modern world, Atlantis has taken on a life of its own. It appears in books, films, and games, from Disney's animated adventure Atlantis, the lost empire to conspiracy theories about alien involvement. For many, it represents a lost golden age of humanity, a symbol of human potential and fragility. Some historians argue that searching for Atlantis isn't about finding a single city. Instead, it's about uncovering the many advanced cultures that have risen and fallen throughout history, from the Maya to the Indus Valley, from the Egyptians to the Mesopotamians. Atlantis is the ultimate metaphor for lost civilizations. Perhaps the most powerful thing about Atlantis is that it straddles the line between history and myth. There's just enough detail in Plato's account to make it feel possible, but just enough mystery to keep us guessing. If it did exist, Atlantis would remind us that no matter how advanced a society becomes, it is still at the mercy of nature and its own choices. If it didn't, the story still serves as a timeless warning that pride, greed, and arrogance can sink even the greatest of nations. And so, the search continues. From deep-sea expeditions to archaeological digs, from desert explorations to satellite scans, people are still looking for proof. Will we ever find it? Or is Atlantis destined to remain forever out of reach, a city that exists only in the imagination? Until we know for sure, Atlantis will remain what it has always been, one of history's greatest and most enduring mysteries.